On behalf of all assembled here today, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Anita Gaffney to address Convocation.
Thank you. How exciting is this? You know what's the most exciting thing? I wasn't responsible for filling this house today. That keeps me up night and day. Chancellor Hasenfratz, President Shepherd, faculty members, graduands, distinguished guests, I am thrilled to be receiving an honorary doctorate today from Western and feel really privileged to be sharing this experience with you. I also extend my gratitude to Carol Stevenson, who read the citation, and to Lee Myers, who did the hooding. Carol and Lee are both good friends, and I could not think of a better way to celebrate today than with the two of them, so thank you. I'm a proud graduate of Western University. During my time at Western, I took my first steps towards independence. I made some great friends, and above all, I learned how to learn. Western has a well-earned reputation for turning out citizens of the world who are caring, smart, and accomplished. Those of you graduating today join an extraordinary community of Western alumni. I extend my heartiest congratulations to each and every one of you. Carol stole this on me, but it's such a good quote, I'm using it too. All the world's a stage, says Jaques in Shakespeare's As You Like It. I'm costumed here, I'm on a stage. The role that I'm going to play today is to assure you and your parents that a degree in the arts, humanities, and social sciences will serve you well. I present myself as what our colleagues at the Ivey Business School might call a case study. When I graduated from Western in 1990 with a degree in English language and literature, I was released on the world, qualified for nothing in particular, and anything I could imagine. It's that second part of the equation that was simultaneously scary, intimidating, and exciting. That I would end up having a career as an arts administrator was far from a preordained plan. As with most careers, it only seems that way when you look back at it. When I worked at the Stratford Festival in my first job as a publicity assistant, I certainly could not foresee the path that would take me 28 years and 7 positions in between to be leading the organization as its executive director. Nevertheless, the foundations of that path, the paving stones, if you will, were formed here at Western. As I sampled the buffet of courses available to me, English, psych, sociology, philosophy, I began to recognize the ones that really got me excited. One of those was a survey course in the works of William Shakespeare. It really challenged me. You might say it obsessed me. I thought about it night and day. I threw myself into trying to understand and interpret those incredible plays. And for all of that hard work and unwavering focus, I received a really poor grade on my first assignment, which only redoubled my resolve. As the course progressed, I became more and more determined. I took a writing course on the side so that I could better express my thoughts. I enthused my friends and family about what I was learning. Okay, they were probably bored by it, but I couldn't help it. The subject material, the high standards it demanded, and the way that it drove my personal development really lit my fire. That Shakespeare course was my TSN turning point. With that spark ignited, I was naturally drawn after graduation to the Stratford Festival. I took an entry-level position there, and when I learned that I'd be able to see all the plays for free, I thought I won the lottery. I was attracted to the festival at first by the free tickets and by what I saw on stage, what we all see. But I've stayed for 28 years because of the innovation and creativity I witnessed both on stage and behind the scenes. Every season, I see actors, musicians, craftspeople, and a whole community of artists working at the very height of their talents. Striving for perfection, they raise the bar for everyone around them. I compare them to Olympic athletes. They are constantly practicing, learning new skills, taking feedback, and practicing again. I'm intoxicated by the level of passion and commitment I encounter at the festival. It has further fueled my fire. Now, all good case studies start by setting the scene, check, identifying the turning points, done, and outlining the challenge at hand. The challenge, and it may be one you recognize, is that I've never been sure where this passion is taking me. I joined the festival recognizing I love theater, but not entirely sure how I could make a meaningful contribution to it. In that first job, I was able to play a role in facilitating media coverage of the festival. I could channel my enthusiasm for the work on our stages into shaping story angles for the media. During that period, I honed my writing skills, I took a photography course, I learned more about the creative process and the inner workings of the Stratford Festival. As time went on, I found other ways to contribute to the festival, from marketing and fundraising to finance and digital media. Again, when I recount it, it may sound like there was some grand plan, but there wasn't. At each step along the way, there was just me wondering, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? In his book, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, William Blake famously wrote, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite." He meant women too. Life is full of infinite possibility. As human beings, our doors of perceptions are blurred and foggy. They don't allow us a full view of the vista of possibility ahead. Never mind to be or not to be, that's not the overwhelming question. The real question is, what's next? That's the big challenge in our collective case study as human beings, and it's also the sublime adventure. You're all just starting to draft your own case studies. The technical skills you have amassed at Western will serve you well. You've learned to write and communicate, to think critically, to synthesize complex ideas, to be curious, to be empathetic, and more. Those tools will be important to you as you step out on your own path to an unforeseeable future. And it's not just your own individual futures that lie ahead, but also the future of the whole society of which you will be a part. If you combine your tool set with a passion for what you're doing and an openness to the infinite possibility of what's next, you won't just be contributing to society, you'll be playing an active role in shaping it. The world is yours to imagine. Don't be afraid to think big. You never know where it'll take you. Thank you.